everything going for you? Good? Anyway, let me turn it down. How are you? Let me turn it down a little bit. What's going on? I wanted to actually wait to try my coffee with you guys. I actually do not drink coffee on Sundays usually. Also, I've been wrestling with my beautiful flowy device here for like a good 3 hours, and the reason being is that I am dyslexic and I can't find the right like position for it. But yeah, we're just listening to some Delta by Ben Elson, and I wanted to try my coffee with you. I actually waited. I was going to have it earlier, and then I was like, you know what? Let me wait until I'm like actually situated. I'm like, do I want to put that there? Yes, it's fine. I'm a really, really highly OCD person. It's not a character trait or personality trait. It's a mental trait. No, it's a mental state, okay? And I have to work with it, around it. I use it though. It's good. I like it. I like my OCD a little bit. It's like fun because it like keeps my life in check, and I'm like balanced, and I'm like responsible for the most part. I'm usually quite responsible. I will admit there are some things I am not fully responsible on, but I do take responsibility for it. You know what I mean? Even my irresponsibility, I take responsibility for. I'm like, yeah, okay, we were irresponsible. Anyway, let's try this. I asked for a medium hot white mocha with peppermint syrup. I was like, can we do peppermint and white mocha? And she was like, sure. I love Sherry so much. She was like, sure. And she's like, do you want extra white mocha? And I was like, yes, please, because she understands that I am fueled by sugar only. I'm just kidding. That's like really bad. Seema, that's so unhealthy. Shut up. I'm aware. Actually, you want to know what? I've been eating quite healthy for like the past like month and a half, I would say. Like the past month and a half has been really good for me health-wise. It's actually changing also the way that I feel on a daily basis. Like I'm finding that my mood is more stable. I'm less hyper, because we all know that I am hyper. But I've been more grounded since like transitioning to eating less foods or drinks with caffeine. Less caffeine. Except for right now. Let's give it a try. Today there has been nothing in my body except for a yerba mate enlightenment. Thank you so much. I only drink the mint one. I actually just bought another one, but I only drink the mint yerba mate. I don't know why. I think I just like it the best. And also that was all I drank in the library of my school. When I studied business, I would literally drink mint yerba mates and sit in the library for 8 hours, and I would bring everything, my phone chargers, laptop chargers. I would have food twice there, like sitting in the cafe. I would like FaceTime from there. Like I like high-key miss like school vibes, because like I haven't done physical school in a long time, and I miss it so much. And it's just like, it was like perfect. Like it was like such a perfect environment for me. Okay, I'll stop talking. Let's try this now. Yeah, let's see what Sherry pulled off. I'm excited. I cannot believe that there are moments in my life where I haven't drinking this. It's so good. It's so good. I really like it. Let me try it again. Just to confirm. Oh my god, that's so good. I got a medium. You should try it. Pete's is my favorite coffee place in the world, just because I really enjoy the vibes. Phil's is cool too, but it's a lot more like hippie for me. Pete's is just perfect because it's like my like situation, like vibe wise. You know what I mean? I just think that all their stuff is so good, and I buy their little pods. I shouldn't drink this much coffee, really, but but I buy their pods and I put it in my little Keurig at home, and I like have them every morning, and I like have it with cane sugar and brown sugar, lots of sugar, and I have it with oat milk and I put like whipped cream and stuff. It's so good. And yeah, another thing I really love is sprinkles. So like sometimes I'll buy sprinkles and I'll like just dust it on top. But yeah, how are you guys? I'm really enjoying this style of clothing a lot. I have a lot of flowy pieces. Okay, one thing about me is that I love to collect clothes. Like, clothing is something I like to collect. So I'll collect pieces of a certain like style or a certain wear or a certain brand, or like just certain, like I'll like to collect little things. So these pieces, right? I have like a few flowy pieces that I really enjoy. I have two of these actually. I have two of the same ones. One was gifted to me and the other one I bought, which is crazy because literally I bought one and then I got one as a gift, and I was like, how did you know? Like, it was so on point. So I have two of these, then I have a blue one. I'll show you later one day. Then I have another like white, well actually no, it's green. It's like mostly green. It's like full of leaves and plants and stuff, but it has like white detailing and orange detailing. It's so gorgeous. I actually may have a photo or a video to show you just because we're on the topic, and why not? Oh my gosh, I opened TikTok and it's like playing on one of my videos. It's so interesting because I'm like an artist, right? Like I changed based off of like what I listen to in terms of my expression. It's just fun. It's like a sport for me. So you have to understand that this is who I am. Like not like the glamour. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, never mind. Don't even worry about it. Don't even like think about it. Like, trust me, like this is like all impulse and art. It's not like I don't think about it. It's like it's like a muscle, you know. Anyway, but let me show you the poncho. I believe it's called a poncho. Well, no, it's not, because it goes around the sides. What is it called? A scarf? It's not called a scarf. It's like a half poncho. I don't know. I actually really don't. Like a cover, maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. But let me see if I can find the one that I wanted to show you. But yeah, so I enjoy... Oh, by the way, you can tell I've been meditating, right? My energy is just a lot more calm and a lot less erratic and a lot more erotic. Thank you so much. This is like what happens when I meditate for days at a time. It's been really good. I've been meditating every day. Man, can I tell you, okay, like this year I really fell off the wagon in terms of I actually stopped meditating for like a while. Like I was meditating solidly until May, and then I stopped meditating like all summer, and things just got kind of bad for me. My stress levels rose. My input from my environment became too much for me to handle, because the thing about me is that I absorb a lot of energies and I absorb a lot of information all of the time. Definitely wasn't always like this. Definitely have been to about 3 or 4 spiritual awakenings. So like you can understand that my senses are very heightened. I've also had like physical changes and transformations as well, in terms of like you know, I have braces, so that means that things are changing like with me, like physically. It's not always comfortable to be in my body. That's why I have to meditate and do yoga, because I have to stay on top of my physical health, you know what I mean? And so I have been recently, which is like lit. Like Seema's back, you know what I mean? Seema is back in terms of me being me again. But I did briefly fall off the wagon, so to speak, in terms of my health practices, like starting May of 2023. I just kind of stopped the self-care, and then all summer I wasn't taking care of myself, and now I'm just now starting to again. So that means like releasing. I'm just gonna give you the deep dive into like me and what's been going on recently and like a little update on stuff like that. But definitely have been like on the side of healing rather than on the side of hurting, because for a long time this year I was hurting. I was intentionally like hurting myself a little bit, because like we do that, right? If we don't believe that we're worthy of healing, like we do hurt ourselves intentionally a little bit. Like we do put ourselves into rigorous situations, or we attract like just really negative or like painful, harmful situations, or we just have to, like, we go about our day, we do what we have to do, but we're not happy, you know, we're not enjoying our lives, like we're not at peace inside, like we're struggling with things, you know, like we repeat old mental patterns that have been there, especially about like self-worth and especially about self-love and things like that. And that's very important to like body that or master that early on in your life, right? Like that unconditional self-love, because everything in your environment, my friend, is going to try to detract you from truly loving yourself. Because why? Because it benefits. This is the law of entropy, right? Water or energy flows from a high point to a low point. It will leave you automatically. Your energy will leave you from distractions, from people just giving you their energy, whether it may be good or bad, whatever it is, you know, or things in your life happening. Like, let's say you have been dealing with things without taking care of your spiritual hygiene for like a long time, and then like one day you get a flat tire on the road, like this is an example, like it can just really be the last straw, you know what I mean? It can really be the freaking last straw ever, my guy. And I had a lot of last straws like this year. I had so many last straws, and I kept it all cute on the outside, you know how we do it. Like, that's the only way to change the inside too, is to like change the outer environment and to like make it what you want and everything. But the spiritual hygiene should come first. It does come first. It starts from there, you know, it starts from the spiritual hygiene, the vibration that you carry. That's going to affect everything around you. The tire on the road, the flat tire, what type of tire it was, what kind of road it was, where you were, what kind of situation it happened in, what mental state you were in when it happened, if it even happened at all, right? Like, you attract the flat tire, you know what I mean? So it is imperative that we do stay on top of our spiritual hygiene. So I did kind of lose that this year. I was like definitely just like doing so many unhealthy things, I suppose. I just didn't have any regard really for like what I was like putting into my body. Even my thoughts, like I just was only thinking negative thoughts, you know, like for a long time. And I'm back. I don't want to say but I'm acting different. The beat is the same, the beat's kissing. I can't even say all the words because Cardi B is so inappropriate. That's another thing I've been working on recently, is controlling my tongue, you know, even my inner tongue. So I appreciate the sense of peace and equanimity and calmness, such that we do not have to swear, or we do not have to like say words that people often say that carry a very low vibration, you know. And so we're back basically. Like for a while I wasn't on top of that, you know, but I really also do think it has to do with the influences that surround you, because if you like change your environment, this is like a known thing. If you change your environment, the energy around you, you can change how you feel as well, or vice versa. Change how you feel, you change the environment, just whatever is easiest for you. If you have to change the environment that you are around and there's no way that you can get up otherwise, then do so. Change the environment that is around you. it is important as well to pay attention to the environment around you. And as I say that, I am noticing that there is a triangle in the upper left-hand corner of this video. And it's just interesting, you know, when you notice like signs and when you notice things that surround you in your daily life. You see the omens, you know, that pertain to you and your path. You see the sacred geometry that happens when you're in flow with a song, or driving in flow, or, you know, anything that you're doing that is of a high vibration when you're in flow state. Like, we live very magical lives. We've just forgotten that because of all this interference coming at us all the time. It sets our own energy amiss, and we're not able to regain control of that balance that we truly are, you know. And so we lose ourselves in the process. This is what trauma is. People have trauma that is not even situational based. It is just a nervous system response, you know, from the caffeine we consume, like I'm consuming right now, from the constant, you know, interference we receive and programming that we receive. And so our nervous systems are not taken care of. So we always have this flight or fight kind of state that we are living in. And so we cannot think, we cannot be innovative or inventive. Instead, we have to consume content or consume information, right? Instead of consuming information, you know what I mean? From the symbology around us. Instead of looking for information, looking to find answers, right? A big thing about science is that science is everything. Science is math, science is astrology, science is astronomy, but all of these things interlinked, right? Combined with one another, in relation with one another. And so to know science is to pay attention to your immediate reality. You can learn so much just from studying your present moment. This is why I love meditation, and this is what meditation is. You self-study, you go within to quiet interference, even self-generated interference, which is a result of a ton of programming over the years, right? So when we meditate, and this is why I love music so much, of course, it depends what kind of music you listen to, but if you can see in some of my videos, we're not going to go into it too much, but we're not going to talk about it too much, but in some of my videos, you know, I'm very much in the moment. Music brings you back to the moment. It's an ethereal space to slide across, okay? It's really fun, and you can relate with all of time in there, you know? You can sit with time itself, you know, when you're in that flow. So when you're in that space. So yeah. Also, I just wanted to say one thing. The other day, this like term was brought to my attention. Actually, I knew of this term before. And the term is medicine woman, okay? And so I just realized the other day that you know, that I'm a medicine woman, and I've been thinking for so long in my journey back to self, right? I've been thinking, how do I allow the world to understand me, or how can I be understood by others, right? In my videos and etc. And the key, a few things. Number one, the key to be understood is to just be yourself, and those who understand you will understand you, and it's spiritual anyway. It's vibrational based, right? The second thing is that you can be all things. You must not categorize you should never try to put yourself in a category of being something or something else. You can be all of it. And so I heard the term medicine woman, and I just instantly was I don't know, it just fit. You know, it just fit. That one can be under the umbrella of all things. And the goal, the aim, the purpose of my life as a human being is to heal, is to serve, whether that's with my hands, because I do that, or with my voice, my words, or with my song, my singing, or with my presence, my energy, my whatever I do. Okay. With, you know, the vibe, baby, you know. And it's interesting as well because, like, each time I create, it's a different vibration that we carry, and it's a different discussion we talk about and bring up. And there's no staying the same, right? Just like there's no stagnancy in time. Each moment is different from the last. That's why each minute is new. That's why each day is new. That's why you are never the same. Every day, right? Every moment. We should never stay the same. If you are staying the same, change your outer environment, like I said before. Because stagnancy will put you and your mental motor and your energy to a halt. And when you halt, my friend, you will notice that you will start to decay in different ways, but it's energetic. This is kind of what like depression is. It's more so spiritual depression, which is like a whole other thing. Spiritual depression, okay, is how do I explain it? It is very intense, but it is for a purpose, and it is also orchestrated, and it is also attracted by the soul, which regular depression is as well. But spiritual depression has a purpose, and the purpose is consciousness evolution. So I also wanted to discuss this briefly, how each person is on a different varying level of consciousness, and so everybody's on a different spiritual path. And so spirituality can look different for everybody. For somebody, it may look like dressing up like super colorful. For another person, it may look like dressing up super goth and like having like the energy of like attracting and being attracted to just like different time periods too, like the 50s, the 60s. Like, spirituality is inherent to everyone's nature, and it shows up with the style you wear, like the dress that you wear, like the clothes you wear, what you're attracted to, you know. And it's so beautiful and remarkable and unique, and each person has their own spiritual imprint and blueprint. And like, this is how it's easy to love people, because you love the energy that they are. You don't have to like think about what they did for you or to you or whatever, or like even what they said. No, go off of the energy. If you like somebody's energy, and if you want to be around somebody for their energy, if you like their energy, you know, learn to read energy, you know, like judge people based off of their energy, but also at the same time, we cannot judge really anybody. Like, it's a universal law. Okay, what does it mean to follow universal law? Let me dive into that really quickly, okay? To follow universal law, hold on, let me speak. Take notes. Okay, to dive into universal law, my friend, is to be on the good side of life. Meaning what? Meaning you have an easy life. You have a really easy, fun, flowing life. Your life flows. You're not against the current. So what is universal law? It is understanding the secrets of the universe and like action, reaction, physics. So karma, basically. And not only understanding, but also following, like taking action based off of these premises, right? Thirdly, it is aligning one's frequency to that of the universe. So like I mentioned before, through practices of meditation. So, and gaining control over your energy. So when you listen to religion or hear religion, and you hear the practices that they have going on, right? Most of them center around making sure your energy is balanced. This is what mantra meditation is. This is what even like daily spiritual habits and practices like saging or incense or cleansing or spiritual baths, that's what this is, right? Going to the temple or church. Also, exercise could be meditation. It could be a spiritual practice. Everything and anything. Drinking your Peet's coffee can be a spiritual practice. Filming a video for the public can be a spiritual practice. Like, there is not a restriction on spirituality. Everything is spiritual. There's not one thing that is not first from spirit, right? And when you know that, you can be on the side of spirit. You can raise your frequency to such a point, my friend, that you will be able to be in harmony with divine beings, basically. So you vibe by that frequency, and meditation can take you there, right? It can take you to a frequency that like Asparas possess, like angels possess, devas, gods possess, right? It's a very pure, golden, resounding sound, resounding frequency. If you've ever heard a singing bowl, or even if you say Om, right? Like that vibration is penetrable to the body, and it is advised that we use these tools in meditation, right? But also the syllable Om is the resounding frequency at which all matter vibrates to, right, in the physical world. Because why? It's a very what's the word in music? It's a very balanced tone. The tonality of it, of course you can go across a scale. I'm really diving deep, so bear with me, but you can go across the scale of pitch, obviously, but the tone, what I'm speaking about is the tone. That very tone is so perfect, it's so equanimous, it's so universal, that it is able to construct matter and construct the webbings of matter. Speaking of webbings, time is a web. Time is not like a flat surface, because people think it's a flat surface because they think it's linear. Time is not a flat surface, it's a web. So this web has interlinking structures that emanate from its center in a spherical type of fashion. So if you've ever looked at the flower of life, study that, study sacred geometry and study it from a spherical standpoint. Don't look at it as it just being 2D, but instead look at it as being 5D and up, and you will see that time is nest egged within itself. Okay, it's iterated within itself. So you can actually change the outcome of certain things right now, my friend, just by thinking certain thoughts, or just by having certain feelings towards a situation, or just by carrying a certain frequency, energy, or vibration. Woo! My God, too much. You guys have to understand, that's why I like to while out with music and stuff, because there is a lot that that I would like to share with my friends here on the internet, you know what I mean? So yeah, drink something. It's still warm. I'm so happy. Another thing I've been doing recently is saying thank you. I've been saying thank you for everything all of the time. So I'll just be driving. I'll be thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the sky. Thank you for the ability to see the sky. You know what I mean? Thank you for my ability. And I used to do this a lot in 2017 when I had my first spiritual awakening. But the thing is that after a while, it got kind of abysmal to me, and it got kind of unauthentic for me. So I only do it when it feels authentic, obviously, and I don't try to force it. But sometimes I'll just get into the vibe, and I'll say certain things to raise my vibe. But I've noticed anyway that saying thank you is changing everything for me personally. Also chanting mantras, I'm not going to get into it, but again, meditation changes everything, because you are aligning your energy and your frequency to that of God, my friend. And God is, oh my God, you know what I mean? There is no mountain that you cannot climb or see or access when you are asking God, it is the power of the human being to pray. Like, that is our power, it's our ability. But unfortunately, systemically and purposefully, the term prayer or the term God has been too often associated with dogma or organized religion, which has a very dirty, rusty undertone. Why? Because war has been fought over religion, my friend. So religion is very organized, and personally speaking, I cannot speak for anyone else, but personally speaking, I did not go to religion to find the truth, okay? I went within, okay? Because that's the only way I could see the truth. I mean, there's no way you can ever accept someone else's truth as your own fully. Like, you can't. Even in general conversation, you know? Like, we as human beings are extremely intelligent. We seek to form our own conclusions about things. So it's just natural for anybody to want to know the truth about God and to want to know the truth about life and death and all these things. And so that's what I embarked upon in 2017, beginning of 2017, when I was desperate for answers. And it was only through suffering that I was able to be so desperate. And when you're so desperate to know, and you ask the source to know, oh, he will show you. He will show you in the most beautiful, comforting, parental ways. You know, he will reveal everything to you. It's not easy. It's not easy whatsoever, in the sense that you die many times. I wish I could in one video go over it all, but unfortunately I can't, but I'll do my best briefly. You die many times. Well, maybe I shouldn't even speak generally. I'll just give you my experience. I died many times, okay? Like, I died many times throughout the journey, right? And I started this journey again 2017, and it's like I was born. So I say start the journey because there's no way I can even quantify the journey to you. It's just like something was born in me, like something woke up, or I was born, you know, I was born. And so I'm only, how old am I? Like, I'm only like 6 years old. Thank you so much, 7. Makes sense, kind of on brand. But my soul is like 7,000 years old. Okay. Yeah, like personally, I was born, and that's it. I was set on this like journey, you know, and I died, and then I was reborn again. But the initial ignition happened during that time, and so it was just, the best way I can explain it is like a spiral going down and inward, right? So the more you know, the more you know, and you keep going because you have no choice. Like, once you know something, you can't unknow it. The spirit has changed, the soul has changed, the consciousness has expanded, and what happens then is an awakening of the DNA, or a shift in the DNA, which can also be considered an awakening of the DNA. So the DNA just changes, that's it, you know, when your consciousness changes, provided that you keep progressing. Was it possible for me to stop progressing? Yes. And I'm sure I had periods of stagnancy here and there, but the thing is that, you know, eventually you keep going because your life is being sustained. So there's no way one could stop unless their prana, like their life force, is cut off. And during the time of like, during my life, during today, like literally every day of my life, all of the time, I am reminded of my current state. I am following the petitions I set out and the promises that I made of what I have to do in this lifetime, and I am fulfilling them. I'm working, you know what I mean? I'm always working for the cause, right? And so you can see even my color just shifted. The frequency of the video, the frequency of the video changed as I focused in on this topic. But that's the thing. Everything affects everything. Like I said, time is a webbing. Do not be mistaken and think that calendar days or like you can jump across time. You can jump. This is how you can even look younger or different, or you can revert in meditation. You can revert back to a time in your life or in a past life, and you can embody the traits and characteristics of that avatar that you were, you see. We are all very magical, potent, powerful beings. We are shamans and healers. We really are, my friend. And the thing is that modern day society has enslaved us into thinking that we are not all that, but we are all that. And take it from me, you know what I mean? Because I do portray myself as like anything, right? However I do, but inside the soul transmits and it speaks all the time. And the same is for you, and the same is for you know, beautiful artists of the world that I follow and look up to for inspiration. You know, we are all artists. Look at nature. It is art. It is creation itself. We like are no separate or no different from everything that we encounter on a daily basis. How can we for a second compare ourselves to another person, or think that we are ordinary, or forget that we are magic and that we possess magic and have the ability to use it and wield it, right? How can we for a moment forget that we have the ability to control our own energy and vibration and to raise it, right? How can we forget for a moment our eternal relationship with our creator, our eternal ever resounding relationship with that who has created us? But we do forget, you know, because we asked to forget. We want to forget. We want to remain ignorant, yes, on a subconscious level, because it is difficult to remember. It takes spiritual effort. It takes inner effort. And again, like I said, everybody's on a different level of like consciousness. And so some have done more work in the past than others, but that doesn't mean that efforts will not be rewarded, number one. And number two, that doesn't mean that everybody does not have the ignition ability. Everyone has the ignition ability, that connectivity ability to connect to source. And it can be done in a second. But the thing is that not everybody wants to put the effort into learning about why it's important to do so. It takes really no effort to connect to your creator, but the effort is in like molding the consciousness towards that direction. You see what I'm saying? So, okay, I think that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this lecture / deep dive into my personal experiences, and I hope it was helpful for you. Everybody is a medicine woman, medicine man, medicine individual. You are not defined by anything that you think that you are defined by. You are also not who you think that you are. So I would encourage you, my friend, to take some time apart from everything and person and place that has told you who you are, and to be in solitude with yourself and with creation itself, with nature, and to ask these big questions about who you are, where are you going, what is your life made for, how do you embrace love and show love to others, what does that look like, what is love really, and how can you give it to yourself as well. And, you know, back to that self-love thing I was talking about, why we are actually made of love, and how we should honor ourselves all the time by practicing that self-love. So, thank you for watching. I love you very much. So much, my friend. So much, right? Unconditionally. There is no condition to my love. There's no prerequisite. It is true what I'm saying, that I love you unconditionally, because it truly does not matter what your past has held, or how you see the world, how you see yourself, or how you even may see me. It just doesn't really matter at all. My love is unconditional. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.